this special Cubs broadcast covering round 4 of the NE2B district tournaments. Now I've just stolen Haley's intro, so we'll see how she comes off of this.
Tyler, you remind me of that tennis ball I can see stuck in the ceiling right now. And so, yeah, we're going to be watching the Asotin Panthers face off against the Liberty Lancers. Eyes are wide open to see how both teams are going to face off one another on this February night. I'm Haley Bolliard, and beside me tonight is Tyler Ward, and we're just going to get rolling right into the pregame show. So, Tyler, what can we expect from the Grizzlies tonight? Oh, we can expect a 7-14 record overall and 4-7 in the league.
Yeah, they are a bit of a smaller team, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, for sure. They do know how to use that to their advantage, though, so that's always fun to see. And this team likes to work beyond the arc and is trying to get those threes up there, so I'm super excited to see what they do on that field tonight.
Yeah, looks like they're an older team of mostly all upperclassmen.
No, it's all upperclassmen, not a single sophomore or freshman on this roster. I heard their JV is full of sophomore and freshmen, though, and it's pretty good, too. And this team is strongest in the second quarter of action, and so that'll be a really good one for them to try and get some momentum going against Liberty here.
Yeah, it looks like they like working on grabbing more rebounds.
Yeah, for sure. With that size disadvantage, that does come along with it, so they have to work a little harder for that one. The boys had a strong defense with a couple slip-ups here and there, which can be exploited. Watch me slip up on saying slip-ups. And it's more of a defensive team rather than an offensive team, so we can expect to see some good takeaways from them.
Yeah. Offensively, Brian likes to drive.
Brian? Beery.
Beery? Okay. Well, I'm dyslexic. So he likes to drive into the paint and take jump shots.
Yes, I like seeing the jumpers there from Beery. And Conklin, Schaefer, and Finney are the main scorers here for the Panthers, so I'm excited to see what they can do on the court here tonight.
Yeah, typically what we've been seeing is them scoring in the 40s to 50s, but do have some higher scoring games.
Yeah, and so with that, they just need to be watching their foul trouble and playing a clean game. Don't want to give any advantage over to the Lancers here. And so with that look at the Panthers, we're going to take a quick break, and when we're back, we're going to go through what to see from the Liberty Lancers. So stay tuned on Cubs FM. And welcome back to the pregame show. Had to panic for that one, got scared for a second.
No, it's just the end of the song.
The end of the song? No, I thought you were going to mute me again.
Oh.
Oh, I'm Haley Bolliard, and joining me is my mortal nemesis, Tyler Ward. We have 5 minutes and 15 seconds left before this game starts. After taking some time and discussing Asotin, we're going to take a look at Liberty. Tyler, what are we going to see?
Recently won against Lynn Ritzville Sprague, 68. Sprague. Okay. 68-55.
Yeah, and so that did put them at 9-4 in league and 14-8 overall for their records. And this is also an older team with only one freshman and no sophomore on their rosters.
Yeah, looks like they have excellent team chemistry. Expect smart passes and no-look plays.
Yeah, and they do have 4 players over 6 foot tall, with Hodel and Finau both at 6'6".
Also strong defensively and look to keep the tempo high all game.
Yeah, they do like to have a pretty fast-paced game here, so I'm excited to see the speed they'll bring out here. And so with that look here on the Liberty Lancers, stay tuned on Cubs FM to see how each team is going to match up before tip-off. We'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back to the pregame show. Again, I'm Haley Bolliard, and with me tonight is Tyler Ward. Getting a good look at both teams of what is this game going to look like tonight.
These teams saw each other on February 3rd, and Liberty won 58-45.
Yeah, so not huge margins on that game. Liberty won that one by, what's 5 plus 8? 13 points, I think. Don't quote me on that. Size and tempo versus a discipline and defensive battle here tonight, with Liberty bringing height and chemistry while Asotin relies on grit and half-court execution for most of their plays.
Yeah, I'm lost.
You're here.
Liberty's inside presence with Hodel and Finu at 6'6" versus Asotin's smaller lineup working beyond the arc.
Yeah, for sure. That rebounding game is going to be a big one here. We'll go into that a bit later, but tempo will be key in this game. Liberty wants to keep it fast and flowing, while Asotin looks to slow it down and keep their possession slow and controlled here.
Yeah, Asotin's defensive mindset versus Liberty's balanced offensive attacks and smart ball movement should be pretty interesting.
Yes, for sure. I'm really excited to see that live in person here. And like I said earlier, rebounding could heavily favor Liberty with 4 players over 6 foot. Something Asotin has been working to improve, so they just have to put in the extra effort there to get the same results as Liberty can easily get with their Jack and the Beanstalk style kids.
Yeah, Panthers need to box Hodel out of his post position to prevent him from scoring.
Yes, for sure. He is really good in that post position, just getting right up under the basket there. Gets a lot of the points for their team from there. And perimeter shooting will be crucial for the Panthers, especially if they want to offset Liberty's size advantage, because once you get into the paint, they can easily push down those shots more, so getting outside of the arc will be necessary for them this game.
Yeah, and seeing how they played before, foul trouble may become a factor. Asotin must play clean to avoid getting in any, giving up any easy points.
Yeah, for sure. That will be a big one here. And if Liberty gets the chemistry rolling, they can create scoring runs really quickly. But if Asotin controls the pace from the beginning, this could turn into a really tight defensive battle. So Asotin just needs to come out strong and not let them take it away from the get-go.
Yeah, you should be expecting a physical district matchup with Liberty pressing the tempo and Asotin fighting to keep the game in their style.
Yeah, for sure. I'm super excited for this game, especially where these teams have seen each other before, so they kind of know what to expect here. And so after getting a good look at both teams, we have just 28 seconds left before tip-off. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back for the starters of the game after this. Again, I'm Haley Bolliard, and with me tonight is Tyler Ward, and you're watching this Cubs basketball broadcast on 91.5 Cubs FM.
Well, hold up. Right before we go to break, I want to note that you had an entire sheet of paper to just that one line.
Okay, well, I don't control where it prints off from. I just hit the print button. And you know what? No, we're not going into break now because there's literally 1 second left on the clock. So we're just going to get rolling right into our starters here. And I'm going to be mean to you. I'm going to make you play my game. And I'm not even going to let the people come out onto the court first. Who's going to win tip-off, Asotin or Liberty?
Well, seeing how they've matched up before, I'm probably going to go with Asotin.
Okay. I'll take Liberty because they probably going to put someone tall in there. And so, now, getting ready to get this game started here. We'll get starters out for both of the teams here. Asotin is our away team today, and we will be having the Liberty Lancers take the home team on the board. And so our first starters will be coming from the Asotin Panthers here. And so our first starter from Asotin is number 10. This is a senior guard standing at 5'10", Stone Osman. Then up first for the Lancers, we're gonna go to number 2. This is a senior guard standing at 6 foot, Don Holwegner. Then next up for Asotin, we have a number 12. This is a junior guard at 5'9", Takoa Lister. Then we're going to get a look at number 10 for Liberty, a senior guard at 5'8", Miles Sinclair. Next up for the Panthers, we have number 21, a junior guard at 5'8", Sam Schaefer. Then we're going to move on to a number 12, a senior playing the wing and the post position here for the Lancers. He's one of those guys standing at 6'6", that's JJ Hodel. Then we're going to go to number 24. That is a senior forward standing at 6'1", Dylan Finney. And then next up here for the Lancers, we have number 24. This is a junior wing at 6'3", Drew Pearsall. Last up here for the Lancers, we have number 25. This is a junior forward at 6'3". Did I just say that one? No, I did not. At 6'3", Christian Walling. And then last up here for the Lancers, we have number 32. This is a junior wing and post again, standing at 6'4", Sam Cook. All right, so you went with Asotin winning this tip-off here, Tyler. I went ahead and took Liberty. So awaiting to see who is entering that center jump circle here. And I'm feeling pretty confident in my pick. Still feeling good with yours?
Yeah, I'm still feeling pretty good with it.
Okay, good, because you committed now. There's no turning back. So coming in for Asotin, we're gonna have Walling. And coming in here for the Lancers, we have Hodel at 6'6", and Walling is at 6'3". So 2-inch advantage here going to Liberty. I'm feeling pretty good about this one still. So now ref getting in that center jump circle here. We'll see where the tip is going to go. It is up, and it did go back into the hands of Asotin there. So we'll get that into the hands of Lister, who's going to get it off on this right wing now. Going to be trying to get it up towards the top of the arc. Swing around towards that left side now. Get it off on that left wing. That's Lester again, now off on the right side where we have Beery. To get it up into the paint there, up for two, and that will not sink from Walling. And so now we have the Lancers with that rebound. That is going to be Sinclair taking it down this left side of the court. Gonna swing off towards the right wing now, where we have Cook pushing it up towards that left slot. Now into the paint, turning around up for two, and that is no good for Miles Sinclair. That is rebounded by Conklin for the Panthers. He'll shoot that one over into the hands of Lester, up for three from the left wing, but it will not sink. That's rebounded by Cook and handed over to Hallwegner. Hallwegner now taking this one up towards the top of the arc. Going to swing down this left wing, up for three. That's front of the rim from Pearsall. Rebounded by the Lancers there to try and push it back up. Shot will not sink, but we do have a foul called here on the play. This one will be going against the Liberty Lancers. And so, Tyler, you want to take my fouls here?
I'm not even going to try to pronounce that.
That's Sinclair with his first personal and the first team foul for the Lancers. So that leaves Asotin to inbound. That'll be Lester giving it into the hands of Conklin. Gonna get it down to Beery, up for three on the left wing. Just hits the front of the rim, no good. The rebound is knocked out of bounds. They're gonna be calling that off of the hands of the Panthers. So possession is handed back over to the Lancers here. We have Hallwegner inbounding that one. He'll give it into the hands of Sinclair, who takes it through the center jump circle here. Push out on that right wing. Into the hands of Hodel. Now we'll get it off to Pearsall at the corner. Bounce pass over on the left wing. Now trying to get in towards that left lane there. Find Pearsall at the right lane. Up for two. Front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Asotin. That's picked up by Lester. Landed off to Conklin on this near sideline. Finding that left slot. Back out between circles now with Walling. Gonna hand that one off on that left wing. Circle back around. We're trying to get up towards the top of the arc here. Shoots this one over, and it's almost stolen away by Liberty. Asotin picks that one up. That's Eller taking it back for the Panthers. Give it off to Conklin on this right wing. He's going to go up for three, but it's short of the rim. Rebounded by Walling. Tried to push it in there. Hits some toes and rolls out of bounds off of Liberty. And so we will be having Beery inbound for the Panthers. Officials handing him that ball now. He's looking for that inbound pass. Shoots it up towards the top of the arc with Lester. He's going to take it off on that left arc now. We're at the left corner with Beery. He's trying to work into the paint there. Finds the left block. tries to put the shot up, but it goes over the basket, and Huddle picks up the rebound. We're going to get it off to Pearsall on that right side, and we'll be having an inbound pass here for the Liberty Lancers. So that'll be Pearsall inbounding. And we do have our first flat tire of the game going to Liberty. Strike one for Hodel. Now officials handing Pearsall that ball to inbound his pass. Gets it over into the hands of Cook. Now back to Pearsall just inside that right wing. Gets it to Hodel, up for two. And the first points of the game are now on the board. 2-0 now reads the score with 5:05 left in the first quarter.
2 minutes of first points is pretty crazy.
I know, it's a good game, you know what I mean. There, so we did have Walling go up towards that right block, try and put it up for two. Shot did not sink, but it's due to no fault of his own. Foul called on Pearsall for his first personal, and the second team foul here for the Lancers. We will be seeing Walling at the free throw line.
Yeah, and he's up. And that one bounces off.
Stealing my job again?
Yep.
No, well, if you want my job, you can take it, man. Just kidding. Don't take my job. I will throw hands.
Yeah.
One more shot left here from Walling.
Yeah, and he's going to throw that up. And that one goes straight in.
Yeah, so now Asotin also gets some points up there. Score is now 2-1 with the Lancers ahead by only 1 point here. And we'll have Sinclair directing traffic here for the Lancers, handing it over to Pearsall on the left wing. Gonna get it up towards that left lane with Hodel. Swing around under the basket and up for two. That'll sink from Hodel. 4-1 is now that score with 4:35 left in the first. That's gonna be Lester taking it down that left lane and up for two for the Panthers. Shot does not sink, but it's picked up with the rebound by Walling. Gonna get it out on this left wing, up for three, and
that's going to put us at 4-4.
Yes, that was good from Lester. We have 4 minutes, 15 seconds left in this quarter. And Hodel at the right block, up for two. He did not want that score to stay tied for long. 6-4 is now that score. 4:05 left in the first. Gonna get it down to Lester at the left wing. Get it in towards the block, up for two. And that barely bounces out. And it's rebounded by Holwegner. He'll circle around towards that right wing, feed it over to Sinclair. Get it back up and trying to find under the basket there. And Hodel knocked to the ground. We have a foul called on this play. This one will be going against the Panthers. That is called on Eller for his first team foul for the Panthers. And we also have a sub rolling in here. That is Parker Myers for Liberty. So he will be inbounding that one and tries to feed it into the hands of Pearsall, who picks it up. We're going to go up for three left wing, and that is no good from Cook. Rebounded by the Lancers. Putback shot also did not work. And then we had a Hodel try and take that one, but ends up going out of bounds with it. So we'll have Lester inbound this one to Conklin for the Panthers in front of their own bench here. Feeds it back over to Lester at the right wing. He's going to take it up to the free throw line for two. Back of the rim, and it's Pearsall with his rebound. He'll hand that one over to Holwegner. And Holwegner just kind of staying across that Eagle logo here. Hand it up, and up for the deep two there is Hodel. And so he'll bring that score now 8-4 with 3:05 left in the first. Conklin feeding it over to Lester on the left wing. Gonna get it back deep on this right side, now back down on the wing. That's actually on the left side here. Almost loses control, but picks it back up. Then we're gonna get it inside of the arc there. Hand that one over to Beery, up for the two, but it will not sink. That is Holwegner picking up the rebound on the fast break down that right lane. Tries to feed it in to Hodel, almost losing control, but picks it back up. Tries to shoot it up for two, but it's stolen away by Conklin. Conklin in the paint and up for two. Hits the front of the rim, no good. Rebound tipped up by the hands of Walling and secured by Beery. Gonna find the left wing now. And a timeout called, so we're gonna take a quick break too, and we will be right back after this.
Grizzly Sports broadcast.
Tyler, I swear, if you mute my mic one more time, I am going to come unglued, but it is okay. I will survive for this once. So here we have Beery inbounding for the Panthers at the near sideline. Hands that one off to Schaefer in the backcourt. He'll take it down that left side of the court. He's stuck deep on that left side. Can't get around some defensive pressure here. Passes that one into Finister. Takes it up under the basket, up for two, and that'll sink from Finister. Score is 8-6 now with Liberty up by 2. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. And we have Hallwegner on the right wing circling around towards the top of the arc. Gonna pass down left corner, now back up between circles with Myers. Myers handing that one back over. Now swinging out left with Cook on the left wing. 7 seconds on the shot clock, and we go up for 3 from Hallwegner, but it's over the basket. Rebound saved by Cook, but fed into the hands of the Panthers here. So they'll be letting Schaefer take this one down. To find the right side, go up to the free throw line. Now hand it over. Swing back out towards the right wing. Get it outside of the arc. Up for 3 from the right wing. Right on the money for Beery. Asotin now in the lead by 1 with the score reading 9-8. 1 minute and 12 seconds left in the first. We have the Lancers go up for 2 there. That is no good from Myers. And a foul called on that play. This one also to be going against the Lancers. That is against Cook for his first personal. 3rd team foul here for the Lancers. Lancers also bringing in two subs into the game. That'll be Degenhart as well as Braun. And we have Conklin coming back in for the Panthers. And so Anderson inbounds for the Panthers into the hands of Schaefer, who takes it down that left side, hands it to Conklin on the wing. Looks for a shot, then decides to pass it off. We're going to work down this right side now. Going to step up in towards that right block. Up for 2, and that is too much power from Schaefer. Bubble bounce out of bounds, but it's off of the hands of the Lancers. So Beery set to inbound here for Asotin. Officials handing him that ball. Now we have 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Looking for his pass. Gets a long pass out here to Schaefer right at that timeline. Gonna pass off on this left side now with Conklin. Gonna get it back down this right side. Step up towards that right wing. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Beery up for 2 from the right block. His shot fell through. However, it does not count. There will be a foul drawn up here to be going against the Panthers. That is on Beery for his first personal. 2nd team foul here for Asotin. And Liberty inbounding this. That will be Myers set to inbound to Degenhart. He'll jog over the Eagle logo. We have 30 seconds left in the game, in the first quarter here. Feed that one back over to Cook, who gets it to Pearsall at the left wing. Up for a deep 2, but it's no good. That rebound is picked up by Conklin. Long pass out to Schaefer, who finds the right block. Up for 2. That will sink from Conklin. That was Schaefer. Score is now 8-11, and 6 seconds left on the clock here as we have the Lancers trying to find that left lane. Getting stuck up a bit there. A last-second shot will go up from Braun, but it will not sink. So that'll be the end of the first quarter of action. Score is Asotin with 11 and the Lancers with 8. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back after this. Sports broadcast. Fresh 8 minutes on the clock with Asotin score being 11, a Liberty score being 8. That'll be Pearsall inbounding for the Lancers here. We'll get it off to Hall Wagner. A swing out at the left corner. Back up. And now at the corner again with Hodel. We'll get it off on that free throw line now. Trying to dribble around here. Cook up for two from the right block, and that will sink. 11-10 is now that score. 7:37 left in the second quarter.
They are keeping this game neck and neck.
Yes, and we had Asotin get tripped up a bit there, but it's picked back up and saved. They put a shot up, but it does not sink there. Get their rebound. Now we have Conklin on that left block, up for two, back of the rim. That time it will be rebounded by Cook. We'll try and feed that one over into the hands of Sinclair, but it's stolen away by Conklin. And had a guy trip up on the floor here. We're gonna just make sure everything's all chill there. So we're also gonna have a sub come out. That's Eller stepping into the game for Asotin. And we'll have the Panthers inbound this one at the near sideline. That's Beery set to inbound for Asotin. Officials handing him that ball now. Looking for his pass. Gets that one off to Schaefer. Now back off to Beery on the right wing. Looking to pass his way in there. Circles around. We're going to find that left wing now. Back over to Schaefer. Now we'll get it top of the arc. 5 seconds left on the shot clock as we have Conklin on the right wing. Feed that one in, and we have to kick it back out. And that will be a shot clock violation for Asotin. So possession handed back over to the Lancers. Also have two subs coming in for Asotin. That'll be Lester and Walling. And now Asotin set to inbound from in front of their bench. That'll be Hall Wagner inbounding for the Panthers. Set to receive that pass to Sinclair. He'll take that one over the Eagle logo here. Pass off to Cook on this left side. Get it at the free throw line, fake a shot, then dribble down towards the right block, up for two, but that is smacked down and stolen away by Conklin. Conklin trying to drive his way down the court there. Ball will get stolen away by Sinclair, but we have a foul called up here as Conklin tries to steal that one back. So that'll be the first foul on Conklin personally and their first team foul as well. And so now we'll have Sinclair inbound that one. Just hand that inbound pass right back to him now over to Hall Wagner on the right side. Gonna get it back to Sinclair on the left. Now kicking it out to Cook on the right wing. He'll find the block, try and go up for two. And we have a foul called on the play. This time it will be going against the Liberty Lancers. A bit of back and forth here with who is going to be getting fouled on. It's just back and forth. Sub rolling into the game here for the Lancers. That'll be Nielsen.
Yeah, and it looks like that basket won't count too.
Yeah, it won't count because there was a foul called up there with it. And so there we have the foul called. They'll be calling that one on Cook for his second personal and their first team foul. And so that will leave Lester to take it down the court here for the Panthers. He finds the left block, then passes that one out to Walling. Back out to Lester, trying to give it back into Walling, almost getting it stolen away there, and it will be picked up by Liberty. They'll find themselves with Hodel at the right block. His shot is up, and that will sink from Hodel, bringing the score 12-11. And he'll get the and one call on this one with the foul going against Asotin. That's going against Eller for his second personal, second team foul, and one shot awaiting Hodel here at the charity stripe. See if he can lengthen their lead to a 2-point lead here.
And he's up, and it's good.
Yeah, that'll be good from Hodel to bring the score 13-11, 5:55 left in the first half of the game, and Conklin in control here for the Panthers. We'll shoot that one off to Lester on the right wing. Take it back up towards the top of the arc, feed it over to Conklin in the center jump circle. Now we'll get it down on that left side. Get it up into the paint with Lester, up for two, and that will sink in there. Score is tied, 13-13, 5:30 left in the second. So we have Sinclair feeding that one over to Nielsen on the left wing. Back up towards the top of the point. Up for a three from Hodel. Hits the back of the iron, wants to fall in, but just does not quite work out there. Conklin with the rebound. He'll take it.
Yeah, this is a significantly closer game than I thought it was going to be.
So now we have Conklin off on that far sideline. We'll feed that one over to Eller at the top of the arc. Swing it down this right side now. Circling back around, getting it back to Eller at the right block, up for two, but it's over the basket. And it's a scramble for the rebound there. Jump ball called. This one will go in favor of the Panthers. We also have subs rolling into the game here. That'll be Degenhart for the Lancers, as well as Beery for Asotin. And so now we'll be having Beery inbound this one for the Panthers. Officials now handing him that ball. He's underneath his own basket, tries to hand it into Walling, and then they get it off to Conklin on that side, up for a three, but it will not sink, and now we have Hallwegner with the ball for the Lancers. He's on that right wing looking for a pass, gets it up to Sinclair in between circles. We'll feed that one over to Nielsen at the left wing. He decides to just go up for the three, but it hits the back of the rim. Sinclair gets his rebound, hands it over to Hallwegner, up for a deep three, but that one will not sink. And Sinclair picking up another rebound for the Lancers. Feeding it back over to Hallwegner. Now Sinclair tries the three. That time it will work. 16-13 is now that score. And 4 minutes and 6 seconds remain in the second quarter of action. Beery on the right wing here for the Panthers finds that block, up for two, but it's a little too high there. Rebound picked up by Hallwegner. He'll take it down the court into the paint. And he tries to pass that one, ends up hitting Walling and bounces out of bounds off of the hands of Asotin. Asotin also bringing Finney into the game to let Eller take a break here. Liberty inbounding from underneath their basket. That will be Sinclair to inbound. Officials handing him that ball here. He's looking for that pass, gets it over to Degenhart. Up for a three right wing, but it's over the basket. Sinclair tries to grab the rebound, but accidentally walks out of bounds with that one. So possession back over to Asotin now.
Yeah, that shot was just sailing right over that basket there.
We'll have Conklin inbound that one to Lester. Takes it down the left wing, finds the block, up for two. Swirls on in there to bring the score 16-15 with 3 minutes and 36 seconds left in the first half. We have the Lancers trying to get this one down there, get tripped up a bit. Ball will bounce out of bounds. That's off of the hands of the Lancers. So we'll be having Lester inbound this one for the Panthers right in front of their own bench. Hands that one over to Conklin. Now back to Lester. Take it over the timeline down this near sideline. Finding the right slot, feeding it inside of the paint there. Do a little wraparound maneuver. Up for two from Finney, but the shot won't sink. Now we'll get the chance to see Asotin go to the free throw line. We have a foul called up here against Degenhart for his first personal and the second team foul for the Lancers here. So Finney to the charity stripe. Ready for his first shot here. That one is up.
And it's no good.
Yeah, just short of the rim there for him.
And I'll tell you what, it's pretty crazy that this game is back to a 1-point lead again.
Yes.
It really kept it very close.
We also have Johnson and Cook stepping in here for the Lancers. One more shot left for Finney at the charity stripe. That one is up. Back of the rim, almost wants to fall in, bounces back out, and it's Nielsen with the rebound. Going to feed that up towards the top of the arc with Hallwegner, giving that one over to Johnson. Up for two under the basket. Just came into the game, and he's already getting some points on the board. 18-15 now that score with 3:04 left in the second quarter. We'll be having Beery on the right wing. Take it in towards the block. Try and feed it back out, but it's stolen away by Cook. He'll give that one over to Hallwegner. Takes it up towards the right slot. Gives that one over to Johnson, who loses control, but it's picked back up by Degenhart. Now we'll have Nielsen on the wing. Give it back out, lane up for two from Johnson, but it will not sink. Rebound is a bit wild there, initially taken away by Cook. However, a bit of a fight put up from Asotin there. We have a foul called up to go against Asotin. That is on Finney for his first personal, the third team foul. We also are bringing Osman into the game here for the Panthers. So now we have Johnson inbounding for the Lancers. Gives that one off to Hallwegner, left wing. Finds the left lane, up for two, but it's back of the iron. Nielsen gets the rebound. Shot is no good. Gets his own putback shot. The putback will sink. And so he'll bring the score 20-15, and he'll get the and one call with a foul called here to be going against the Asotin Panthers here. So we'll have Nielsen go to that free throw line. That foul was called against Finney for his second personal, 4th team foul for Asotin. And so now we have, it looks like they're giving him 2 shots, although it should just be an and one. Okay, we're having some discussion with the refs here to make sure that they're getting everything correct. Just want to keep this game as fair as possible here.
That's been a pretty interesting game. The ball's kind of just been floating around on the tips of their fingers for most of the game.
Yeah, for sure. And so they will just be giving Nielsen 1 shot here at that charity stripe, since he did make his basket on the shot there. Shot is up, and that is front of the rim from Nielsen. Beery struggling for the rebound. Eventually that one is picked up by Finney and given over to Conklin. Conklin passing it over on that right wing. That will get it up towards that right block. Turn around, put it up for 2, and that'll sink from Dylan Finney. Score is now 20-17, 2:08 left in the first half of the game. And that'll be Hall Wegner in between circles here for Liberty. Feeds that one into Cook. He's going to take it into the paint there. A bit of a fight there, and we have another foul called. And they're going to let him go to the line for that one, because now we are in bonus for the Lancers. Another foul called against Finney to bring up his 3rd personal, the 5th team foul here for Asotin. And so now we have Cook at the free throw line. He'll get 2 opportunities to get some points on the board here.
He'll go up with that shot, and it won't go in.
Yeah, that one hit the back of the rim and just did not quite sink there. We also have Eller and Schaefer coming back into the game here for Asotin. And 1 shot left here from Cook. Shot is up. Front of the rim will not sink, and that is Eller with the rebound, handing it over to Conklin. Conklin takes it down the far sideline, trying to find the left wing, takes it in towards the left lane, thinks about putting it up, but shoots it back outside of the arc. You have Eller up at the point, now feeding that one over to Lester. He's in the paint, up for 2, just short of the rim, hits the front, and that one is rebounded by Hall Wegner. We'll pass that one over to Nielsen, and he's looking on this left side, hands it over to Johnson. Now we'll find Cook, who drives up into the paint, hands it back off to Hall Wegner. We're back outside of the arc now, finding that left block, up for 2. That will sink from Johnson. 22 now to 17 is the score, with 1:08 left in the first half. For Asotin here, we have Schaefer on the right wing. We're going to get it off towards that left block, up for 2, and that will sink for Schaefer. 22-19 now reads that score. 54 seconds left in the second quarter. And then we have Liberty trying to take this one up under their basket. Ball will roll out of bounds, but that's off of the hands of the Lancers. And we also have Walling checking into the game here. And also checking in here for the Lancers, we have Hodel and Pearsall. And that will be Conklin inbounding for the Panthers. Hands it over to Schaefer. Now back to Conklin. Taking it over that timeline now. He's off on that far sideline. Takes it up towards the point. Passes that one in, up for 2. And that one is stuffed down there for Walling. Picked up by Johnson. We're going to get it down to Hodel on the right wing. Feeds it up to Pearsall at the slot. Now trying to get that one into Cook, but it's stolen away by Schaefer. He'll give that one over to Beery, up for a 2. It will not sink there. We have Liberty trying to save it from going out of bounds. It's picked back up by Walling. The shot will sink for Walling, and he'll also get an and one call here on that play. This one will be going against Johnson for his first personal and the 3rd team foul. And we will see Walling go to the charity stripe to get his and one call here, hopefully tying up that score.
Shot. And he's up. And it bounces off, no good.
And rebounded by Pearsall, who gives that one over to Hall Wegner. Hall Wegner at the right wing, trying to find Pearsall, but Pearsall is a little too left of his mark there, so ball will bounce out of bounds. That's off of the hands of Pearsall. We have 11 seconds left in the half, and Beery to inbound for the Panthers. Gives that one off to Schaefer in the backcourt, who takes it over the Eagle logo. Pushed down onto this right wing with Conklin, who gets it up to the point there. Will swing out left to Schaefer now, and ball will bounce out of bounds, and that will be the end of the second quarter. We're gonna put 1 second or something on that clock just so we can have Liberty inbound their pass here real quick. Yep, 1 second on the clock. And
Full court shot.
Yes, 1 second full court shot here from Liberty. Let's see it. We have Pearsall to inbound. He gives it to Hallwegner. He's going to try. He gives it
and
a really good effort.
Right over.
I mean, it's really impressive that he can get it over the basket from 3/4 of the way down the court.
Yeah, definitely.
That kid's got an arm. And so score as we enter halftime is Liberty with 22 and Asotin with 21. Super close game here. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back after this. So welcome to our halftime yap. Tyler, you have been quite enjoying this game here, but if you had to pick one favorite part, what would it be and why?
I don't know. I'd say the best part is the fact that they're just keeping it really neck and neck.
Yes, that is always way more entertaining to watch instead of just seeing one person like conquer the thing from the beginning. It has been very back and forth here with both teams getting the lead at one point, having the other take it away, and we're only in a 1 point difference right now, so that is really fun to see.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Most of the games we've seen here tonight are usually sitting around 20 points in the lead.
Yeah, exactly. That is wild to just have these teams where they've matched up before in the past, and Liberty has gotten ahead in the beginning in the past as well. And so for Asotin to be able to learn from that and be able to shut them down and get points on the board as well, that really is a fun thing to see here.
Yeah, definitely. Something interesting we've seen here tonight is the ball really hasn't been like firmly held like at all most of this game. I mean, it's either been rolling around on the ground or floating around on the tips of their hands.
Yeah, for sure. With the more fast-paced environment here that we see with Liberty and Asotin, it gets slipped up a lot more. And so it's less of like the slow control, but more just like boom, boom, everywhere they're going. And I think that's a lot more fun to see.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a lot more to look at. There's more action in general other than one person holding the ball and walking across the court.
Yes, for sure. And it has made for quite an interesting matchup here. I think this is my favorite game we've seen on the night so far.
Definitely, yeah.
And
especially compared to our last game, we didn't even really have that much reaction from the audience. It was very quiet in here.
Yeah, that is true, but I feel like that's more typical for the girls' games for some reason. They just get less hype. I don't get it, but they don't either.
Yeah.
And so I think that'll pretty much wrap up our halftime yap here. So with only 2 minutes and 40 seconds left before this third quarter starts, stay tuned because we'll be right back after this. Sports broadcast. We have both teams stepping back out onto the courts here. And so we will be having the starters come back out onto the court. And it looks like we'll be having Liberty to inbound this one. They are still ahead by 1 point right now. And so we're getting the ball out onto the court here where we need to inbound that one from. And we will be having Liberty inbound that one. That will be Pearsall to inbound here for the Lancers. Officials handing him that ball now, looking for his open pass. Gets that one over to Sinclair, then back over to Pearsall. He finds himself in the paint, up for two. Shot will not sink, and that is picked up by Lester. We get it down to Berry on that right wing. They're taking it into the paint there. Pushes it back out with Eller. Now back out to Berry at the point. We'll feed that one over to Conklin. Now swing it down that right side. Trying to get towards that right lane. Ball is rolling out of bounds, and that's off of the hands of the Panthers here. And so we will be having Sinclair inbound for the Lancers. Gives that one off to Hallwegner, then back over to Sinclair. He'll take it across the Eagle logo and pull off towards that left side. Pass that one up to Hodel, who takes it down the left lane, trying to feed that one back over. Up for two for the Lancers, but it will not sink. That is rebounded by Conklin. Conklin hands that one over, and we'll be having it up in between circles now with Berry. Berry takes it out right, then hands it back to Conklin, who takes it in towards that right lane. Up for a deep two, but it's back at the rim. Will not sink. Hodel gets the rebound. That will be handed to Hallwegner. Hallwegner at the point, shooting it off towards this right side. Pearsall up for three. Swish right on in there. 25-21. Now reads that score with 6:40 left in the third. So now we'll be having Lester with the Panthers here, and a foul called up here. This one will be going against the Liberty Lancers. That is Sinclair for his second personal, and the first team foul of the quarter here for the Lancers. Berry to inbound for Asotin here from that far sideline. Officials handing him that ball. He gives it off to Lester in the backcourt. Pass that one back into Conklin at the left wing. He gets up to the block, thinks about putting it up, but then shoots it back out to Walling, who takes it under the basket and up for two. That'll sink for Walling to bring our score 25-23, 6:17 left in the third quarter. Hallwegner at the top of the arc gives it off to Hodel on the right wing. Up for three, but it's short of the rim. Cook gets the rebound, tries to put it up, but it's bottom of the basket. Picked back up by Hallwegner. Putback shot from him works out to bring our score 27-23, 5:57 left in the third quarter. Eller at the top of the arc, handing that one over to Lester. He finds the right block, up for two. The shot will not sink. However, there is a foul called up on the play to be going against Sinclair for his third and their second team foul. And that will be sending Lester to the charity stripe.
And he's going to go up for that shot, and it bounces right off the hoop.
And we also have a sub checking in here. I think that was a sub. Yeah, a sub coming in for the Lancers. That will be Myers.
And going up for his last shot here. Sails right in.
Yeah, that shot is good from Lester to bring our score 24-27 now. 5:56 left in the third. And we have the Lancers on the right wing, giving it off to Hodel at the block. We'll get it up inside the paint there, and a foul called up here. This one will be going against Asotin. That is on Berry for his second personal, and the first team foul for the Panthers of the quarter. And that leaves Myers inbounding that one and gets to Hodel up for two. That'll sink to bring our score 29-24. 5:28 left on the clock, and now we have Lester at the left wing, handing it off to Walling in the paint, up for two. That'll swirl right on in. 26-29 is now that score with 5:17 left in the third quarter. We'll have Hallwegner just right at the point, take it down towards the block, up for two. That one will float on in for him. 31-26 now that score, 5:04 left in the third. Berry at the right wing, Goes up for the three, but it's just short of the rim. Rebounded by the Lancers, but stolen back away by the Panthers. We'll find ourselves with Conklin under the basket, puts it up for two. Shot won't sink, but he'll get the chance to make up the points. We have a foul called on the play. This one will be going against Holwegner for his first personal, the third team foul for the Lancers of the quarter. And sending Spencer Conklin to the free throw line. First shot is up. And hits the front of the rim, but still bounces in there for Conklin to bring our score 31-27. 4:51 left in the third. One more shot left here from Conklin. Shot is up, and that one is right on the money. 31-28 now that score with 4:48 left in the third quarter. We'll have Holwegner take it over the Eagle logo, shoot it out left, now swing back off towards this right side. Get it inside the key there, now back out right wing with Holwegner. Get it to Hodel, he'll circle back out and hand that one into Pearsall in the paint. Over to Myers, and he's trying to struggle with that one there, picked up by Conklin. Conklin taking this one up towards the top of the point, driving in, and he's just gonna go up, do it himself, doesn't even hit the rim. Back to a 1-point game, 31-30 as the score, 4:10 left in the third quarter.
Was that a 360 before he made that shot?
I think it was, honestly. So now we have Cook on that left wing for the Lancers here. We're gonna get it off to Holwegner, who puts it up and over the basket there, so shot will not sink. And possession handed back over to the Panthers with a foul called against the Lancers. That will be Cook for his third personal and their fourth team foul. Oh, brother, we got some subs checking in here, a lot of them. We have Schaefer for the Panthers. Coming in for the Lancers, we have Johnson, we have Braun, and I believe that to be it, I hope. And so now we have Conklin crossing the timeline for the Panthers here, handing that one over to Lester at the left side. Gets it back to Beery in between circles there, drive up into the paint, up for two. Will not sink there, and that's Braun on the rebound. He'll hand that one over to Holwegner, who pushes it off to Johnson on the left wing. Back over on this right slot. Take it up into the paint. Up for two from Holwegner, front of the rim. No good. Beery gets his rebound. Beery on that fast break. Gets it down right lane, shoots it off. Up for a three, and that is no good there from Lester. Rebounded by Hodel. And he'll hand it over to Holwegner. We'll give that one into Braun. Now we find Johnson at the left wing. Swing off towards this right side with Pearsall. Trying to get into the paint there. Get it between circles. Swing off on that left side. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Up for three, but that's no good from Holwegner. Putback shot also no good from Liberty. Ball bounces out of bounds. They'll call that off the hands of the Lancers. So we have Panthers to inbound and get possession back here.
Yeah, there was quite a few putback shots there. Just couldn't quite get any of them in, could they?
Could not get the putbacks to put back, I would say. Now we have Lester inbound that one off to Schaefer. We'll pass that one over to Conklin on the right wing. Now back up to Beery between circles. Swing down this left side now, drive up towards the slot. Find that block, look for a shot, up for three from Beery, two from the block from Beery, but it will not sink. That is rebounded by Holwegner. Gives that one into the paint there, now shooting back outside, but a bit of a miscommunication there sends the ball careening out of bounds. We have two subs checking in here for the Panthers. That will be Eller as well as Walling. And Panthers to inbound this one from the baseline down there. That is Schaefer inbounding to Beery. Beery keeping it slow in the backcourt here, picking up the pace as he crosses that timeline. He's on the left wing now. He's going to take it towards the left block, go up for two to do it himself. Boom, right on in. Now the Panthers are up by one, 31-32 that score, 2:05 left in the third quarter. We'll have Johnson at the free throw line, hand that one off to Holwegner, who takes it down that left side. Feed back out to Hodel at the left elbow. He'll drive up towards the block, up for two, but the shot won't sink. That one is rebounded by Walling. And he'll hand that one over, and we'll find right block now, right wing, up for three, and that goes in for Isaiah Finister. Score is 35-31 now, 1:30 left in the third.
And that puts Panthers with a 4-point lead.
Yes, and now we have Hallwegner giving it off to Johnson in between circles here, finding Pearsall at the block, losing control. He gets dogpiled on there. So I believe refs will be calling a foul here to be going against the Asotin Panthers. That one will be going against Beery for his third personal and their fourth team foul. And so coming into his place, we're gonna have Osman. And we have Johnson set to inbound here for the Lancers. They'll feed that one off to Hallwegner, now back off to Johnson. Gets that one over to Hodel on the left side. Now we'll find right wing with Johnson. Back on over to Degenhardt on the left. We'll be finding Nielsen, who finds the right block, up for two, and that'll sink. 35-33 now that score. 1 minute left in the third quarter.
Yeah, they were moving that ball all over the court over there, huh?
Yes, and so now we have Schaefer taking it up towards the point and handing it over to Osman. Now we'll swing it back off on that left side with Walling. We'll be looking for a pass in, finds Finister. Finister thinks about going up for the shot, tries to go for it, but gets smacked down there by Hodel. Ball bounces out of bounds, but that's off of the hands of Hodel. And so that will leave Schaefer to inbound for the Panthers underneath his basket here. 38 seconds left, only 9 on his shot clock. Looking for the pass there, Schaefer. Hands it to Finister, who gets that one off to Walling. Gonna swing down that right side, go up for the shot, and that is no good from Osman. Rebounded by the Lancers. Shot clock is off, 25 seconds left in the third. As we get off on that left side, gonna have Nielsen hand it back off to Hallwegner. Swing back over on this right side, now finding the left wing again, 14 seconds remain. Find Johnson in the paint, puts a shot up for two, that'll sink in there. Score is now tied, 35-35, 4 seconds left in the third. So we have Osman on the left wing, goes up for the last chance, three! It hits the back of the glass and it still sinks on in there for the Panthers.
What a shot.
That was crazy. Highlight of my game, that was only a 2, but that was insane. Okay, score is now Asotin with 37, Liberty with 35. Final 8 minutes on the clock. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Back to this Cubs basketball broadcast.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome some, welcome all.
Welcome.
Yes, okay. So here we have Beery inbounding for Asotin. He'll be giving that one into the hands of Lester on this left side. Find the left block, up for two from Lester. Bounces out just barely there, picked back up by Hodel. He'll hand that one over to Hallwegner. Takes it over the Eagle logo here, staying in that jump circle. Push off on that left elbow with Hodel. Now back over to Hallwegner. Right block up for two, but it will not sink. And that is Eller with this rebound. He'll feed that one over to Walling, who drives up, right block. Shot up for two, but does not matter there. We have a foul called to be going against the Panthers there. That goes against Walling for his first personal, and the Panthers' first team foul, only 33 seconds into the quarter. So now that will leave the Lancers to inbound. That'll be Degenhardt giving it to Hallwegner. He'll cross that timeline and stay between circles here. Fakes a few passes in there to try and get Asotin out of his way. Now we'll be back at Hallwegner at the right slot. take it up into the timeline, feed that one over to Hodel. Hodel stuck in the key there, driving off towards that lane. He gets tripped up there, and so no good for the Lancers. It takes him out of bounds with the ball on that one. Conklin inbounding here for the Panthers. He'll feed that one into Lester. Now back over to Conklin on the left wing. Conklin finds the block and gets it stolen away by Hodel. Hodel handing it back over to Hallwegner. Hallwegner going off towards the left lane in the paint and up for two. Swish right on in there. Tie that score back up, 37 apiece, 6:36 left in the fourth quarter.
They are keeping this game neck and neck.
Yeah, that is for sure. So now we have Lester driving down the right lane, feeding it out to Conklin on the wing. Conklin gonna give that one over to Walling, who finds the right block, up for two. Back in the lead is Asotin, 39-37 with 6:15 left in the game.
Yeah, that last shot was almost a dunk.
I mean, you could say that. We'll get this into the hands of Hodel at the left short corner. Now back over to Hallwegner on the lane. And tries to feed that one over, but we have a foul called up here. This one will be going against the Panthers and sending Hallwegner to the charity stripe. That is another foul on Walling for his second personal and their second team foul of this quarter here. And so now we have Hallwegner at the charity stripe with 2 shots awaiting him. Tyler, take it away.
Refs give him the ball. And he goes up for a shot. Bounces right off the back of the backboard. Rolls off the iron.
Yeah, will not be any good for that shot. But one more left. He might be able to make this a 1-point game yet again.
Yep. Going up for his second shot. That one bounces off the back of the iron.
And that is rebounded by Conklin. He'll feed that one over to Beery on the right side. Beery circling around, taking it into the paint, shooting that back out to Eller. Up for a deep 2 on the left side, but it will not sink. And foul called up here on the play. Another one to be going against the Panthers here. So that foul again is going to Walling for his third personal, third team foul. Coming into the game here, we have Finney for the Panthers as well as Sinclair for the Lancers. And that will be Johnson inbounding to Sinclair for the Lancers here. Sinclair taking it over the Eagle and passing that one off to Degenhardt on the right wing. We'll get it right short corner, up for 2 from Hodel, but it will not sink. That one is rebounded by Finney, but he gets knocked to the ground there. So that is a foul call to be going against the Lancers. A 4th personal foul for Sam Cook to bring up the Lancers' first team foul. And Conklin to inbound from the Lancers baseline. Hands that one over to Lester on the far side there. He'll be circling around, finding the top of the arc, drive down towards the left block. Hands that one back off to Conklin. Take it down the right lane under the basket and up for 2. Barely bounces out of there. That's Sinclair stealing the rebound. Sinclair gets down on the right wing. He goes up for a 3 to do it himself right on the rim. No good. That one is rebounded by Finney. Finney hands it over to Lester, who gets it under the basket, up for that reverse layup, and it will not sink. J.J. Hodel grabbing that rebound. And a timeout called here. We're going to take a quick break too, and we'll be right back after this.
Hello and welcome back to this Grizzly Sports broadcast. With me here is Haley Bulliard.
I love when Tyler mutes my microphone, now don't I? Here we'll have Sinclair inbounding for the Lancers. He will be inbounding off to Johnson here. Johnson taking this one over the timeline up towards the top of the arc. He's just gonna go up for the three himself, but it's left of the mark, no good. That one is rebounded by Degenhart, but the putback shot is no good. Lots of putbacks up there, and ball eventually bounces out of bounds. That's off of the hands of the Lancers. And so that will be Asotin inbounding this one. We also are sending Schaefer back into the game in place of Lester here for the Panthers. And so that will leave Schaefer to inbound for the Panthers. Gives that one over to Beery. Now back off to Schaefer. He'll be going with a bit of a back and forth action here before he passes it off to Conklin on the left wing. Try and pass that one in, but it's stolen away by Johnson. Johnson taking this one and lobbing a pass off on that left side to Sinclair. Now handing it over to Degenhart. Degenhart goes up for the two, but it will not work there. However, he will get to go make a trip to the charity stripe. We have a fourth personal foul called on Finney for their fourth team foul as well. And so now we will be sending Colin Degenhart.
And he goes up for the shot. That one is good.
Man, I'm so glad I wasn't talking.
Oh, too bad.
So now that score is back to a 1-point game at 39-38. One more shot left here.
And here for the tie. He goes up. It is in. That is a tie for the game currently.
Yes, and we have 4:19 left in this game. Beery on that right wing, driving in, trying to find that block, takes it back outside of the arc. He's looking for a pass, lobs one over, and gets into the hands of Eller, but we have a timeout called, so we're going to take a quick break too. We'll be right back after this.
Back to this Cubs sports broadcast. I beat her to it to this time. I did not mute her mic.
No, he did not, and that makes it even worse because I thought if my mic went up, I will be fair game to do my little intro. But no, I'm not. So, since Tyler thinks he's so cool, Tyler's going to do some play-by-play for you.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah,
nope.
That's great. Okay, so we have Schaefer giving that one off to Beery on that right side. Get it back off to Eller in between circles here. Try and feed that one into Schaefer. He finds the left block up for two. That'll sink for Schaefer. Score is now 41-39 with 3:48 left in the game. We have Johnson feeding that one into Cook in the paint there. Back out on that left wing, up for three, but that is no good from Sinclair. And that is Conklin with the rebound here for the Panthers. Tries to go up for two there. The shot will not sink. However, we will get to see him go to the charity stripe. We have a foul called against Johnson for his second personal, the third team foul for the Lancers here of the quarter, I believe. It might be the second.
Let's see if he can tie the game back up right here. He's going to go up for his first shot, and that one bounces right out.
Yeah, so score remaining at 39-41 right now. 3:33 left in the clock. Pretty lucky number there. We're going to bring Holwegner back into the game for the Lancers. One more shot left from Conklin at this journey to the free throw line.
Yeah, he has his ball, goes up for the shot, and that one goes right in.
Yes, it did. To bring our score now 42-39. 3:30 left in the fourth, and we have Holwegner at the right slot. Now stepping back between circles here, directing some traffic. He'll give that one into Cook, who's at the right elbow. Now back out to Hallwegner at the slot. Feed into the paint with Hodel, up for two, but that will not sink. It is a fight for the rebound. It'll be a jump ball called. And this one will be going in the way of the Lancers. Sub checking back in here for the Panthers. That will be Lester. And we will be having Sinclair inbound for the Lancers underneath his basket. Officials handing him that ball. Gets that one into Cook on the left wing, who takes it into the paint, back over to Sinclair. Feed back out right wing, up for three from Hallwegner, but it's right of the mark. Picked up by Walling. He's gonna hand that one off to Beery. Takes it up, left slot. Tries to feed that one over, either intended for Walling or Lester, who will never know, because there was a bit of a miscommunication there. Ball
Almost
goes
taking out a member of the audience.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do some days. So ball goes out of bounds off of the hands of Asotin. So now we have Liberty on the left wing. That's Sinclair up for a three, but it's back of the rim. And we had Eller try and pick up that rebound. Gets slammed down to the floor there. So we have a foul called up on the play here. And that will be going against the Liberty Lancers. That will be Cook's 5th personal foul, so he is unfortunately ejected from this game. And in his place, we will now have Drew Pearsall and Asotin set to inbound this one. That will be Conklin inbounding. Gives it off to Beery, who finds the left wing. Gives it back off to Conklin between circles, now drawing out right. We'll get it in towards that right lane, pass back outside. Now Beery taking it to the free throw line, passing that one back out to Walling. Now over to Eller, who hands it in to Lester, trying to find Eller in the paint, almost losing control, but picked back up and fed over to Conklin. 4 seconds on the shot clock. We have Beery under the basket, tries to go for the reverse layup, but it's over his head. And so ref's still gonna call a shot clock violation on that one. So possession is handed over to the Lancers. That will be Sinclair inbounding to Hallwegner, back over to Sinclair now. He'll be keeping the pace slow as he enters that center jump circle, now trying to draw out on this right side. A little bit too aggressive here from Asotin in that defensive side. A foul called up against Beery for his 4th personal, a 5th team foul for Asotin. So now we have the Lancers in bonus, and we'll be sending Sinclair to the free throw line. 2 shots here for Sinclair this journey.
Yep. He's got the ball going up for his first shot. That one bounced off the back of the iron.
Yeah, that one was no good from Sinclair. Score remaining 42-39 for the time being. Only 1:59 left in this game after this next shot.
Going up for his second shot. That one goes right in.
So now 42-40 reads that score. We have Walling inbounding for the Panthers. Hands that one over to Beery. Beery crossing over the Eagle logo as he finds the left lane. He's in the paint looking for a pass out, gets it to Walling, who drives up, right block, tries to get it into Beery, but it kind of goes wild there, picked back up by the Panthers. Find Beery on that left side, up for two, just barely bounces out of there for him. And it's Hodel on the rebound, handing it over to Johnson. Now we have Pearsall in the short corner. Almost losing control there, picks it back up. Now we'll feed it into Hodel in the paint there, turning around to put the shot up, but it's too right on the mark there. Gets his own rebound, gives it over to Pearsall, who finds the right block. Up for two from Pearsall, and now the game is tied. 42 points apiece. Timeout called. We're going to take a quick break too, so we will be right back after this.
Well, what if we didn't go into a timeout?
Okay.
What if we just stayed here,
Well, because I have nothing to talk about, so I want to go into a timeout. we will be having the Panthers to inbound from underneath the Lancers baseline there.
Hey, Haley, you think this is going to go into overtime?
I mean, there is a good chance. I would kind of enjoy it if it did. That would be really fun. I think it might. So now we have Conklin inbounding for the Panthers, gives that one over to Beery. Beery taking this one around, handing it back to Conklin. He'll be taking it over the timeline, almost losing control. Picks it back up, looking for anybody to pass it to. Has a last-second chuck out there. It finds the hands of Johnson for the Lancers. He feeds that one into Pearsall. We have the Panthers trying to secure that one back in for him, but a little bit too aggressively, so a foul will be called here. This one will be going against Asotin and sending Pearsall to the charity stripe. That goes against Eller for his third personal. Third personal. And their 16th foul now.
Yeah, they've definitely been keeping a lot of pressure on each other now these last moments of the game. He's up for the shoot, and it is no good.
He's up
Bounces
for
up.
the shoot.
Yes, he's up for the shoot, yes.
It's okay, you got one more chance here to get any lead against the Panthers.
Yep. And he's up. And it's in.
All right, so now we're going to have Walling
43-42.
Inbound that one. And it's stolen back away by the Lancers. We have Johnson taking it down that left side. Foul called up here on that play. This one, again, going against Asotin. They're going to give them another opportunity to get more points on the board there. Waiting to see which player this foul will be called up here on. Refs talking to the timetable right now. Okay, so our first shot is up from Johnson. Hits the back of the rim, will not fall.
Just kind of rolls off it there.
Yes, and that foul was on Conklin for his second personal, their 7th team foul. One more shot left from Johnson. All right, we have 45 seconds left in this game after this shot. 43-42 is that score right now, so this could make a big difference in this game here. Johnson receiving that ball for his second shot now. That one is up and no good. That one is rebounded by Walling. We'll give that one off to Conklin, who's gonna swing down this left side, hand it to Beery on the near sideline. Beery taking it down the right lane, feeding it right, wing up for three from Conklin, but it will not sink. That's rebounded by Holwegner. Handing that one over to Sinclair, who circles back around, gives it to Holwegner, and now will be on that right wing with Sinclair again. Getting a bit too much of defensive pressure here from the Panthers again. And a timeout called before they can get in trouble, so we're gonna take a quick break too. We'll be right back after this.
Back to this Grizzly basketball broadcast. Once again, I have beat Haley to the punch.
Oh, whatever. You are the one who turns up the levels, so you know exactly when to go on. This game is not fair. So we will be having the Lancers to inbound from this near sideline. We'll find Pearsall in the backcourt, hand that one into Holwegner, and the Panthers trying up some more fouls here. This one will be going against Walling for his 4th personal, their 8th team foul, I believe.
Yeah, all this pressure they're applying isn't really working out too well for them.
Yeah, well, we'll see what Hodel does at the free throw line now.
He's up for his first shot. That one sails right in, bringing the score to, what, 44-42 now?
44-42. We also have Beery checking back into the game here. One more shot left from Hodel. This will kind of determine how manageable this last 16 seconds of the game will be for the Panthers. Can they make it work?
And he's up for a shot. That one also goes in.
All right, so Panthers have 15 seconds to get 3 points on the board here. And it's stolen away by the Lancers. We're gonna find Hodel at the left wing. And another foul called here against Asotin. So we'll be going back to the free throw line. And so foul will be called against Conklin for his 3rd personal, the 9th team foul here for the Panthers, I believe. Timeout called. We're gonna take a quick break too. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to this Cubs basketball broadcast. I was first. I win. Okay, so we have some free throws that are in place now. That will be, sorry, got distracted there. That will be Hodel going to the free throw line.
And he's up for the shot. That one bounces off the back of the backboard.
Yeah, that one was no good. 1 shot left from Hodel. Score right now 45-42. Only 8 seconds left after this.
He's got the ball here. Going up for the shot. That one goes in.
All right, so now we have Asotin inbounding that one. And
whistle is immediately blown.
Yeah, timeout for the Panthers here. So we're going to take a quick break too. We'll be right back after this.
Really fast on that one.
I had to be. I had to be. I am not a loser. Let me make that very clear. So, here we have the score 46-42 with the Lancers ahead by 4 with 8 seconds left in this game. We have Conklin inbounding for the Panthers. Passes that one into Beery, drives down that far sideline, gets it up top of the arc, feeds that one over to the left wing, up for a 3. That one will not sink, and that will be the end of this game. Final score is Lancers with 46 and the Panthers with 42 points. Man, this was a crazy game. So unfortunately, this will be the end of the season for the Panthers, but I would say highlight of a game to end your season on.
Absolutely.
That was an incredibly close game. It really could have gone either way right up until that bitter end there. So we will be seeing Liberty advance to the semifinals of this playoff series here for districts. Fortunately, Asotin will be going home, and we have one more game left here tonight. So make sure you stay tuned here on Cubs FM because we'll be back for our next game right after this.